Oh, how I love you!
Now I'm yours forever!
Hello, I'm Jennifer, shown here as a sophomore, at age 19, and back in the wilderness with Ian again, him returning from war, now almost 20. It was time to make Ian realize that 2 years ago our childhood romance had ended, forever in our past. We'd said goodbye to each other at the end of grade 12, for him, grade 11, for me, just before adulthood, us still teenagers. Mother engineered a split between us, intercepting his love letters to me from the Air Force, throwing them away. That saddened me deeply. Ian was sad and confused too. Neither of us understood, so we felt betrayed by the other, devastated, heartbroken. I thought he'd never written to give me his address, he thought I'd never replied to his words of love.
All I had left was this photo of her, and as you can see from her words, it was a torturous photo for me. But every now and then, perplexed, incredulous, I looked at her, remembering her fondly, lovingly, whilst I wondered, how? Why? It can't be. Surely not. But it is.
There's something so sad about true love being purposely thwarted in such a way that the lovers are led to blame each other for their sadness, when they're actually both victims of cruel people. Meanwhile, by the end of 1975, I'd grown up, graduated high school, finished my freshman year at UCT, now a sophomore. I'd last seen Ian and felt his love for me, 2 long years ago. Unbeknownst to either of us, the stage was set for our unexpected reunion, now only days away. During Ian's absence from my life, I'd started moving on too, and my relationships were becoming rather serious. I was 19 going on 20 soon. At the end of 1975, just before Christmas, after 2 years away from each other, unscripted by us, Ian and me miraculously met again. Our meeting was poignantly romantic, beyond even our wildest dreams, and unfolded in a dramatic, surprising way. On the way to the beach, having just arrived from his Air Force base, he spotted a young girl walking along the road, back to the beach, wearing a familiar pale blue bikini, got his dad to stop his pickup, ran up behind me, hugging me from behind, calling out my name.
Oh, Ian,
Startled,
you're alive.
I spun
Is it
around,
really you?
finding myself in the arms of my long-lost true love, who was clearly elated to see me and hold me in his arms again. Within minutes we'd cleared up all misunderstandings. Our adult love story had begun. Well, almost. I was a lot older and wiser now, so I needed to get some ironclad reassurances of his ability to endure even more pain, to stay committed to me, to our love, since with a mother like mine, he'd need that. We'd last seen and loved each other as teenagers, now I was a woman, he was a man. When we'd met again unexpectedly, he was in his blue Air Force uniform, me in my blue bikini, which made for a rather classic photo of the start of our adult romance.
But for now, in the same place, and on the same day we'd first met, 4 years later, 2 years after we'd last felt each other's love, with neither of us even suspecting what was in God's script for our love story, a miracle happened. Under absolutely perfect circumstances, and just in time, before our lives irrevocably took divergent paths with others, we'd met again. In mere minutes, amid tears of joy, in utter amazement, disbelief. But then with total acceptance, we'd solved the mystery. Now we knew who the sworn enemy of our young love was. We also knew that we'd never stopped loving each other, and that we were now more than ready to openly declare our love for each other. But how to be sure? She'd come up with a way to test my integrity, but that had to be done without me knowing she'd disarmed me and was probing the secret depths of my soul. For that she needed complete privacy, moonlight, the element of surprise, the cooperation of my fertile imagination and, of course, my surging hormones. It didn't take long for me to realize that she'd finessed all of the answers out of me that she'd been looking for, before she committed to loving me and letting me love her in the adult world we suddenly found ourselves part of.
Prior to this, Our young love story that we'd both enjoyed for several Christmases was a sweet childhood romance. Now it needed to become an adult romance. But before it could, I needed to test Ian's level of commitment to me, for life. This illustration hints at what came next, but I'd not read too much into what your eyes are telling you. It's an illusion. But it was a very convenient illusion. His perception that I was appearing naked before him, in the moonlight, helped me probe Ian's soul in a way that I'd not been able to do before then.
For as long as both of us can remember, I've told Jennifer that she's beautiful, because she is.
I love you.
Naturally, that
love
led her
you
to
too.
wonder if that was the only reason I loved her. It isn't. But she didn't know that. Yet.
In previous years, Ian and I, often alone in the protective seclusion of nature, had devised a plan for us to say very adult loving things to each other, while still preserving plausible deniability, just in case either of us said something the other wasn't ready to hear yet. We play-acted a love story between two often separated lovers, that always
join
met
me here,
secretly,
where we
away
first
from those
kissed.
that would thwart their love if they knew. In the novels I'm Elizabeth, he's Nicholas, but in the fantasy play within the novels, and real life, always we're Lady Jennifer and Sir Ian, or just Ian and Jennifer. Those are our real names. So fantasy blended nicely, and safely, with reality, setting the stage for my once-in-a-lifetime chance to look far into the future, at Ian and my future lives together. So what was the plan I'd come up with? I'd noticed that my pale blue bikini, which was clearly visible in daylight, blended well with my skin at night, all but disappearing, especially with some distance between me and the observer, as this monochrome simulation shows. Then once yellow candlelight is added back into the dark scene, at a distance everything blends together nicely, creating the illusion that I'm not wearing my bikini. I was never that brazen, of course I was. But I knew, and now you know too, that what follows are not scenes of me appearing in the nude before Ian, but he didn't know that, least not yet. It was time for his little mermaid to use her powers to enthrall him, to get all of his attention keenly focused on me, then to lead him through a rather comprehensive unfolding interview, that I was scripting on the fly, to gauge the depth of his commitment to me, to our love. Ian often referred to me as his magnificent obsession. He still does. To be honest, I really like that, so much so that I craved his assurance that I'd always be his magnificent obsession. Even as I aged, I pressed him hard, right up to his breaking point, to see if he'd still love and want me then. But at age 19, my figure was about as perfect as it would ever be. I devised a play in which I was showing Ian his perfect little Barbie doll, seemingly naked in the moonlight, asking him, repeatedly, if he'd always love and adore me. Even when, as I inevitably aged, I would no longer be such a perfect little Barbie doll. For all of the Barbie dolls I'd collected, when undressed, none of them had nipples or other anatomically correct features. And now, appearing to Ian in the dark, with only the dim light of a waxing crescent moon, already beginning to set, just as with all of my Barbies, neither did I. You now know that,
I love you.
as you watch this play unfold,
I
but
love
Ian
you
didn't know
too.
that. For him the illusion was very real, and, of course, totally unexpected. Needless to say, with him almost 20, virile, his hormones raging, forced to watch me from some 20 feet away, straining in vain to make out all the details, I had a captive audience. All of Ian's attention was focused keenly on me. He was my hostage, his hormone-fueled imagination eagerly cooperating as I led him ever deeper into my illusionary world. I'd started out the interview thinking it would be short and sweet. I had no idea just how intense and comprehensive this intimate interview would end up being. It ended up being so realistic, much more so for Ian, that when he came to join me in the pool, still thinking I was naked, everything quickly got rather intense, almost spinning out of control, for both of us. I soon discovered there's a price to pay for being a beguiling temptress. Even though I knew I was only play acting, it was also overwhelmingly sensual, that coming down off of that high, was, well, let's just say, rather challenging. I mean, part of me really didn't want to, but my mind was being a bit of a nuisance, overriding my flagrant carnal desire, rudely reminding me that 19 was not the best time in my life to become pregnant. Years prior, in a similar situation, us only 15 and 16 then, we agreed on a safe word, in our case, waterfall, that would signal the other person that we needed to disengage before things got way out of hand. Well, it worked. Our safe word, plus Ian discovering that I was still in my bikini anyway, diffused what for us was temptation overload. But with us now both young adults, we knew our safe word wasn't going to be used much longer. Time would soon tell. That all worked together nicely, enabling me to appear naked, in the candlelight, to Ian, sitting there mesmerized by the unfolding drama from some 20 feet away. I told him to sit there whilst I led him through the unfolding scenes of a romantic play that not even I knew the full extent of, yet. With every probing question successfully answered, I grew bolder, pressing on with even more daring, probing questions, reaching into the very depths of his soul. With him almost 20, a man now, his hormones raging, needless to say I had a captive audience, and I did not pass up this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It was time to test the depth of Ian's love for me. If he passed the test, I'd let my guard up enough so that our adult love story could begin in earnest. If not, well, let's just rather see how my plans and the play unfolded, shall we? I ran my open hands slowly over the front of my breasts, down the sides, to my waist. Then, lifting my arms, beckoning towards him with upturned palms, I asked him, "My lord, do you like what you see? Do you approve of me?"
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The girl of my dreams was not only back in my life, she was now standing before me in an alluringly provocative adult way. The loneliest year of my life, devoid of love, was sure ending well. Stunned, my heart racing, I replied, "Why yes, Lady Jennifer, I approve of you, I certainly do. How can I not?"
Tilting my head sideways, keeping eye contact, I smiled coyly at him. Emboldened by his response, I placed my hair back over my shoulders. And, holding by breasts, I pressed on. "My lord, when my soft, flowing hair, my pride, turns grey with age, will you still approve of me, will you still love me?" I asked him, suddenly sounding deadly serious, no longer playful, at all. On a whim, I added, "And please Sir Ian, answer all of my questions truthfully, with God as our witness." I saw him wince, as he realized that we were no longer play acting. Sensing this, Ian's gaze shifted away from my breasts, looking up into my eyes, searching for an explanation, me standing there naked from the waist up, before him. Stunned, he'd understood. This was the real-life Jennifer probing his soul, this wasn't Lady Jennifer play-acting, questioning him, any longer.
Now I was being asked a follow-up question under circumstances that I did not see coming. Jennifer, not Lady Jennifer, was probing deep within my soul, asking me to answer her questions honestly, with God as my witness. She knew we could not play act with God as our witness. I wouldn't do that, neither would she. Jennifer wanted to know if I'd still love her when her beautiful long brown hair turned gray with age, if I'd still love her when she was old. Trying first to clear the lump in my throat, I gently but firmly replied, "Yes, my dearest Lady Jennifer, I'll still love you when your hair turns gray with age, I surely will." I'd not foreseen any of this, and at 19 and a half, going on 20, I was stunned, though mesmerized would be accurate too. Jennifer was in total control, and she knew as much, so she got bolder. I watched as she flicked her hair back over her shoulders, then moved her hands to cup her breasts, starting to talk.
Moving my hands to cup my breasts, I asked him, "And my lord, when my breasts grow old and sag under their own weight, not as perky as they are now, will you still approve of me? Will you still love me then?"
For the first time since I was 14, I'd spent an entire year, at age 19, without anyone to love, without anyone who loved me. Then to go from that to this? I was on emotional overload, choked up, overwhelmed. After she was done getting me to focus on her cascading hair, falling on her shoulders bare, she'd got me to refocus on her perfect young breasts again, asking me if I'd still love her when they inevitably were not so perfect and perky, as she aged. So I replied, "Yes, my lady, I will love you then too, of course I will."
I sensed he was quite flustered, bewildered, so I hesitated, but then realizing I'd likely never get another chance this good to probe his soul, to look into our future, I moved towards him slightly, so that my stomach was exposed, then moving my hands to my stomach, I continued. "And my lord, when childbirth and age take their toll, and my middle is not so flat and firm anymore, but rounded, fuller, soft, will you still approve of me? Will you love me even then?"
Now she was getting me to focus on her flat, well-toned tummy, her hourglass figure and trim waistline, asking me if I'd still love her when childbirth and age had made them all less perfect. I felt her concern deeply, as if it had already happened. She was almost pleading with me to love her forever, hoping that I'd never ever disapprove of her. If only she understood how, sitting there, spellbound, not quite 20, I already knew that I'd never date or love anyone else ever again, just her, only her, forever her. So I answered, "Yes, Lady Jennifer, I will still love you, I will still adore you."
Once again I paused briefly, but realizing I was almost done, I moved slowly out of the water, then pressed on. My hands now moved over my naked thighs, as I asked my final question. "And, my lord, when age takes its toll and my hips are more rounded, my thighs not quite so smooth or well formed, will you still approve of me then? Will you still love me then? And only me?"
As she moved out of the water, exposing all of her, she moved her hands to her hips, drawing my attention away from her stomach and breasts, her hair and face. With all the subtle grace of a mermaid, she asked me if I'd still love her when, with age, her hips were not so trim, well-shaped. Emotionally, I was near breaking point, as I felt her intense desire to be loved and adored by me, forever, even as she inevitably aged. That she craved my undying love so intensely, was almost beyond my ability to comprehend. I mean, why me? What had I done to deserve the love of this beautiful soul?
Clearly he was having difficulty coping with the intense emotions I'd unleashed within him, as I laid his soul bare. He was struggling to speak clearly, his voice wavered as he desperately tried to distract me from seeing the tears in his eyes, but I saw them.
What had I done to deserve the love of this beautiful soul? To have her want me to love her as she aged, no matter what. Struggling to regain my composure, I softly answered, "Yes, Lady Jennifer, I would be honored to love you as you age, even as I love you now. That will never be difficult for me to do." My Eve was standing naked in the moonlight before me in Eden, totally vulnerable, asking for my approval, yearning for my love and loyalty, forever. I was in a state of thrall to her, spellbound, my emotions raw. This was the defining moment for me, the moment that I knew I'd do everything within my power to make her feel loved and wanted, to feel desired and adored, forever. I was at breaking point now. I knew I couldn't handle any more of this intense interview. My soul was now fully exposed to her. Of course that had been her intent. Likely sensing this, with a smile she now invited me to join her in the pool in the moonlight. That was a merciful gesture that signaled to me that she was done probing my soul, that she'd found what she wanted to find, and was now content to commit to love me, and just as importantly, invite and fully accept my love for her.
To help him, I slowly removed my hands from my thighs, then turning, slowly walking back into the pool, my young body bathed by the soft caressing glow of moonlight, until its waters covered my nakedness, to just below my breasts.
Come
Then
to
I
me,
turned
my
back
love.
to face him again, holding my outstretched arms towards him, beckoning to him, boldly saying, "Then arise, Sir Knight. Come to claim your fair maiden of the pool. Come hither and hold me in your arms, so that I may whisper my answer to your proposal in your ears? Come to me, my lord, for I need to feel the warmth of your love once more. I welcomed the warmth of his body against my now cool, bare skin, placing my arms around his neck, moving my mouth to his ear, whispering, my answer, dear knight, is yes. I will be your lady love, I will love you, and only you, with a love that's both strong and true, forever and ever. Pulling away, I took his face in both hands, looking deep into his eyes, saying, I love you so much. One day, when the time is right, you're going to ask me to marry you in real life. I just know you will. And if you remain the principled man I've always known, the man I fell in love with, I will then too say yes. Then I kissed him, and he kissed me back, tenderly at first. But soon, passionately, urgently. Knowing where this was headed, not wanting complications of a teen pregnancy, in between our heated shallow breathing, I wistfully cried out, waterfall? Not knowing if our safe word would still work for us. It did. With both of us now laughing, nervously, we swam and chatted. Whispering in his ear, I said, I think we'd better leave this pool of our temptation. Our safe word may not ever work here again, don't you? We did, then dried and dressed. The moon had set, so it was even darker now, just starlight and light from the citronella candles nearby, to keep mosquitoes away. As we lay there in each other's arms, now recovered from our intense emotional ordeal, smiling, I said to him, did you really think I'd undress for you so soon after we'd met again? However, the power of suggestion, darkness and my pale blue bikini, as well as your fertile imagination, all worked together perfectly to create the illusion I needed to totally disarm you, to probe your soul. The good news is, you've passed the test. All was well again in our little world, and it sure was a loving, happy little world. We'd survived, our love had survived. We'd made the transition from teenage summer romances to an adult love, but the adult world always demands much more from its lovers.
Ian, I'm scared. At 69, I'm filled with fear looking in the mirror and at photos of me. I'm aging fast now.
Jenny, do you remember interviewing me in the moonlight at 20?
Yes. Now you need to live up to your promises, Ian. I'm so scared.
Oh, Jenny, 55 years later, I'm still with you, still loving and adoring you.
I've been abandoned by everyone that I've loved, Ian, and only you left home sacred.
But God never abandoned you, Jenny, and neither will I.
Jenny, thank you for letting me be part of your life.
I love you, Ian.
30 years before this photo of me was taken, as a 19-year-old girl on the verge of adulthood, I created the illusion that I was appearing naked in the moonlight before Ian, then almost 20, when in reality, I wasn't. But that illusion enabled me to probe the depths of Ian's soul, us then only 19 and 20, looking 50 years into our future, finding all of the answers I was looking for. In the process of probing his soul, I'd bared my soul to him completely, exposing my vulnerabilities too. Ian reacted to all of my fears with kindness and, in hindsight, with honest, loving reassurances. As a result, I've always known that Ian would love me as I aged, as my weight fluctuated, and as I faced harrowing life and death health issues. By my late 60s, both my breasts have been cut open, large tumors removed. I'm a bilateral breast cancer survivor. As we both approach 70, I can confirm, for both of us, that our love for each other has remained true, for 54 years and counting. We're in the home stretch now, both of us praying for double overtime. When I was done with my titillating interview, the illusion having worked way better than expected, I knew that Ian would always love me, always adore me, never cheat on me, never abandon me. Just as importantly, now he also knew just how much I loved him, how I yearned for his love and adoration to be mine, only mine, forever mine. I craved his assurance that I'd always be his. I pressed him hard, right up to his breaking point, to see if he'd still love and want me then.
Oh, how I love you!
I love you.
I love you too.
You know, dreams really do come true, if only we dare to believe and never let go of, or give up on them. We did, and they've all come true.
I'd soon be rejected by my birth mother simply for wanting to choose whom to love, to live my own life and dreams, not hers. The next 3.5 years would test our love for each other in ways we could not ever have imagined. We were just so blissfully happy to be back in each other's loving arms again, oblivious to the gathering storm clouds already starting to form on the horizon. We'd be forcibly separated again, twice, but this time to opposite ends of the world. The first was on October 6, 1978. The man with his arms around my shoulders, as I boarded the Boeing 747 to London, from Cape Town, is not Ian, and yes, those are my tears, tears from a broken heart. The second was even more traumatic, and happened after Ian's failed rescue attempt of me in Canada, to take me back to Africa with him. For those of you with an astute eye, the scene was Niagara Falls, Christmas time, 1978. So the last thing I'd want, is for my husband, to whom I ran away from mother in Canada to marry, him then in faraway Cape Town, as a 22-year-old woman. To grow tired of me as I aged, to stop loving me, because I no longer look young, that would be truly devastating. Then I would be all alone in the world, without anyone to love me. Ian is still with me, and by contrast, he's given up everything for me, and better yet, he still loves me, even as I age. He'd never demanded I give up my birth family for him, but in the end they, not Ian, simply gave me no other choice. But I'm getting ahead in this story. For now let's just savor love's long overdue victory.
50 years later, it's me whose hair is completely gray now. And Jen? Well, she's hardly aged at all, and though she highlights her hair, there's almost no gray in it. I know, since I became her hairdresser during COVID, so I get to see her hair up close. It's still brown, no gray, and she's almost 70. More importantly, she still loves me, even though I'm completely gray now. Jennifer has always been my magnificent obsession. She always will be. She knows I'll always love and adore her, even when she's aged, which by 68, I'd thought would have already happened. But that hasn't happened. I'm the one, in this photo at 49, already showing my true age, my hair fast graying, but just look at her at 48. Now, at 69 I'm already totally platinum gray. But for Jen, even now at 68, that hasn't happened. This photo of her, after bilateral breast cancer, at 62 then again at 66, still shows her as being much younger than her actual age. Jennifer is the most feminine girl and woman I've ever met. A real girly girl. She always was, and continues to be, my perfect little Barbie doll. But I don't demand that. She wants to be.
Ian,
For 55 years, you've said I'm the girliest girl you've ever met. Why?
You were, Jenny, and now I finally know why. Grok and Gemini helped me figure it out.
Now I'm curious. Why?
Your monthly cycle was 32 days, Jenny, not 28, so your estrogen levels were higher than most women's, and it's the feminizing hormone.
Mother took diethylstilbestrol when she was pregnant. It's the strongest estrogen.
And that set your estrogen profile higher and increased your risk for breast cancer.
I'd often told her that she was beautiful, that I couldn't believe that someone like her would even give me the time of day. Also that she was my magnificent obsession, my mermaid, that her siren song had captured me, bound me to her, forever.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors?
Knowing how I felt and still feel, naturally, starting way back then when we met again at Christmas in 1975, she wondered about the depth of my love for her. What the future would hold if she went all in on our love. She just had to know.
I never want to be a
This is how she went about finding the answers to her urgent question. Sure, you love me now, but will you still love me tomorrow?
Fast forward 5 decades. Ian and I have lived on the banks of this river for 20 years already, owning a home inside of a national park, unlikely as that sounds. It's in a pristine jungle very similar to our secret place inside of the Wilderness National Park in Africa, where we met and the foundation of our love story was put in place, only this special place is in the mountains of Panama. Complete with waterfalls and pools, all within easy walking distance, we feel like we've been given a huge loving gift, a place where our love story could continue and is destined to end, in the same way it began 5 decades ago in faraway Africa. We got to raise our sons here, and watched as they matured, then met beautiful local Spanish girls, and their own love story started. Life's not been without sadness and stress here, I suppose that's unavoidable, but it's also been a very happy, loving, safe place. We call our home, Riverside, God's gift. As that's exactly what it is. And we've noticed so many other young couples starting out with the same wondrous dreams we once had. In Africa, life's come full circle. We've been living our dream come true, for the last 20 years, and counting. The front license plate of our Mercedes limo identifies it as Snow White's official carriage. That's the Panama flag. Dreams, wishes, prayers and fantasies really can come true. It can happen to you too, if you dare to ask God, and then believe. Sometimes we have to pinch ourselves to see if we're not just dreaming. We're not. It's all very real, and we thank God, our loving Father, for everything, the good and the bad, the happy and the sad, every single day. Despite all of its challenges, it's truly been a wonderful life.